work in a mine or a factory or...
The Ukraine. I don't know if you guys had that in the U.S.
Yeah, we saw it.
Civilians that were buying things for people in Ukraine. So these things were donated as gifts to the Ukrainian people to go fight.
You can do anything and go to college. Like I always bring up gender studies. That was never a thing in school. Gender studies, gender fluidity, you know, that you can get a degree in that. Now,
I'm gonna fucking persuade for it.
Yeah, you're very confident for a person who's never gonna try.
I know for a fact I'm gonna fuck him.
I like the optimism.
Maybe that's why they're sending people to my place.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, dude. What makes more sense for them? $1 million? Or your life?
Not $1 million.
They value your life.
I think $1 million is too much. I'm gonna ask for $500,000. Payments of damages. And I'm also using, by the way, because Canadian banks can operate in the US, American banks can't operate in Canada. So part of the negotiation is to allow American banks in Canada. So the last thing we need is corrupt banks that don't respect their own commitments. They need to be punished so that the other banks don't do the same things.
Months, NATO flew a sortie that went from, I want to say,
Not. So put the guns down. Do you agree?
God has given them the right to resist.
God has not given them jack shit. And if they
Hashem
put
has
the,
given them right to resist.
well, I'm sorry. Then if you pick the guns up, then you're gonna get our response. The war's not over. Okay.
Hashem wants them to resist.
Hashem.
Yasham or Hashem. How do you say your
Well, it sounds like you want war. If you're gonna have guns,
Hashem.
if you have guns, then you don't want peace.
Hashem wants to resist. He wants them to resist against
You want
Zionist
war.
entity.
Okay. If you do that, then we have a war on our hands.
According to international law, they can resist, but you can't come back and attack them back.
Of course you can. It's not
No,
one-sided.
it's not your land.
Oh,
You're
yeah, it's our
occupying
land.
their land.
It's definitely not your land.
It's definitely my land.
I'm sorry, it's not. I don't
Yes,
accept
it
your
is.
claim. Well, then I guess
Yes,
we
it
have a little bit of a disagreement, don't we?
Amir, you asked a question about why is Israel stalling. I think they're stalling because they want the hostages back.
You're asking a Palestinian why Israel is throwing, or you're asking a Jew?
No, Amir asked the question.
To me, yeah.
מה הגבול של עזה בעצם? קודם כל מתחילה הארץ.
1 year ago, our demands were ignored. Requests for
שבוע? זה להעיף את כולם מגוש קטיף. אתה מבין?
אני אשאל אותך, אני אגיד לך, אני מבין מה לינדה אומרת.
It was a bunch of Americans who moved out there because they had those cheap houses, right? $50,000 for an apartment. And like Brad says, you fucked around and don't pay the tax, right? They take that shit from you. You fucked around, you don't renew. But it's not.
My favorite posts are the Instagram posts where there's someone who does this really well, and he goes, Instagram